How's it going, guys? If you're looking to buy a house hack in 2025, you need to make sure you get your numbers right. Today, I'm going to walk you through my personal analysis spreadsheet and how I analyze every house hacking deal. My name is Zach, and my wife and I have been house hacking since 2015. And we've done everything from long-term rentals, Airbnb, we've rented out garages. Shoot, I've even rented out our garden at times. So I know a lot of the pitfalls that you need to avoid and a lot of the expenses you might not think about as you operate your house hack property. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Let me share my screen and we'll start talking about this property. I pulled up an example property on Redfin. Redfin's my favorite tool. I'll tell you about why that is in a moment. But this is just a property here in the west suburbs of Chicago, and it's selling for $599,000. And this is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom property. Okay, so when you're doing a house hack, you can buy. Most people buy a multifamily property, 2, 3, 4 unit property, but you can also instead buy a large single family home and then rent out rooms within that house for rental income. So that's what the plan that we're going to put in place here for this house. So let's look through it. Okay, I'm looking through it. It's a nice craftsman style home. Looks like big open living spaces. Looks like the kitchen is in pretty good shape. Yeah, pretty well updated. I like that. Looks like a place I would like living. Okay, we got a bedroom here, which maybe looks like it's turned into a workout room. Tiny closet, but that's par for the course here in Chicagoland. Another bedroom, which looks very good sized. Looks like a master ensuite with some walk-in closets. That's great. And we see some other really good sized bedrooms over here, which is great. Okay, we got a washer and dryer. And this looks like it's probably the basement. And yes, there's a little kitchenette that's probably in the basement, low ceilings, no windows. And another basement. Here we got a basement bedroom. Okay, so if I just glance through here, we see that's the case. Yeah, we got a bedroom here, kitchenette in the basement. Looks like on the first floor, we've got an office and a bedroom. That could probably be another bedroom. And then we've got 3 bedrooms on the top, and then also an open kind of playroom, maybe desk, office area. Okay, so let's start breaking down this property and what I'll be looking at. So I already pre-filled the numbers just for speed, but what the strategy I would have here is to live in that master ensuite that we saw over here. And this is this bedroom right here. Live in this master ensuite and rent out the other bedrooms. So I counted 5 other bedrooms if we count that office that we could convert over to a bedroom. And market rate for this is probably $700 to $800 a month. So I'm going to just assume $700 a month going towards that, going in our pocket from rent. Just assume the lower, and if we get more than that, great. And then in the basement there with that little kitchenette, that makes me think that you could pretty easily put an Airbnb down there. That would probably bring in about $1,500 a month on average for this local area. So all in, this property, while you're living there, could kick off $5,000 a month. That's pretty awesome. Now, the problem is most people look at that and then look at the monthly mortgage payment and they say, okay, great, I'll live there for free. Not exactly. You have to start thinking about the expenses you have. So what are the expenses? Well, the biggest one that people don't think about is vacancy. And vacancy is a sneaky one. Because if, let's say you rent it for $700 a month, but 1 month on average, 1 month out of the year, you have no one in the room and you're looking for someone to fill that spot. Well, then you're not really pulling in your full $700 every single month for the year. So you have to derate that. So 8% is basically saying for 1 month out of the year on average, each bedroom is going to be empty. So you're taking a loss of that revenue and putting it here as an expense. Okay, so that's vacancy. Property taxes. This was pulled here from Redfin, and I'll show you where I like to do that. That's all the way down past all this. If we start going here into property details, there's lots of great information here. And here under financial, it gives me the annual tax amount, very high here in Chicago. Lots of fun for us. Insurance. This is for this size property, probably roughly $2,400. Might be as high as $3,000. We'll stick with that for now. This was an estimate from Redfin. And then maintenance and repairs, it looked like it was in great shape. So I'm going to only put $2,000 on average for repairs. Some years you'll pay that, some years you won't, some you'll pay $6,000. And then HOA fees, there's none. Lawn care, you do that yourself. Utilities, So in a renting out a room scenario, a lot of times utilities will be included for your tenants. And so those will be all, you'll be on the hook for all of those. $500 is probably high, but it's better to estimate high and not be surprised. I've seen a lot of people get into a lot of trouble with their homes because they were used to paying their utilities on an apartment complex, maybe $100 a month, and then they get $600 a month utility bills in their house that they didn't budget for. So that's a key one to verify with the owner before you buy. So all in, monthly total for expenses is actually $2,500 a month. So we can see half of this rental income is gone before you even paid that mortgage payment. Okay, very important to look at your numbers. So let's now look at the purchase of this. So if this is a $600,000 home, let's say that we can negotiate it down. We're going to get it down to $590,000. Okay, so we buy it for $590,000. That means, and we're going to put 5% down, just 5% down. So it's about $30,000 down. Look, interest rates right now, right around 7%. And because we're only doing 5%, that means we have to put PMI in there, private mortgage insurance, which is basically insurance that insures the bank in case you default. In case you foreclose, they make sure they get paid. So it's not insurance for you, that's insurance for them. If you put less than 20% down, you have to have it. So that's why this calculates that for you. So your monthly mortgage payment is going to be $4,079. All right. Then down here, if there were renovations that need to happen, you could put those in here. We don't have any, but you can see if you added them in here, then they'll start adding to your rehab costs, which add to your out-of-pocket what you need to come to purchase a home. So that's something you can use with this. All right, so let's look at this. This is the financial analysis. This tells us everything. So income $5,000. Our fixed monthly expenses, that's your mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA. This is everything that comes out for sure every month. That's $5,500. Your estimated variable expenses, that's your utilities, that's going to be lawn care, that's going to be your maintenance, vacancy, everything that doesn't hit regularly every month is roughly $1,000. So all in, you're at about $1,600 a month that you'll need to come out of pocket to live in this property. Is that a great deal? Maybe, maybe not. Not sure what you're paying for rent, but you're able to buy a pretty large, nice house and live there for only $1,600 a month, which is what you might pay in rent elsewhere. And instead, you're building equity in a home and able to get into the housing market. So this is a tool I developed myself. I've used it every time I bought a house hack property. It's worked really, really well. If you want to copy yourself, jump down in the description. I'll put a link down there so you can get it and play around with it yourself. And happy house hacking.